Welcome to the online training for Trimble's ECCAD. In this video, we're going to continue the importing of a Revit file into ECCAD. In the previous video, we prepared the system in Revit and we saved the system to a folder on our desktop. In this video, we're going to bring that system in and assign our specifications and our fitting defaults to it. So what first we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to go up to our ribbon and we're going to go to the home ribbon and we're going to go to the fabricate pull down. From the fabricate pull down, we're now going to open up our duct fabrication preferences. This is what it's going to bring the Revit file into and map to. So you can see I have for every one of my fitting templates down the left hand side, I have my defaults file, which will control the geometry of the part. And then I have my specification file that will assign the gauges, locks, connectors, etc. If I come up here to one of the lines, and if these are blank and you need to fill them out, you just go and click on it, and then you can come up here and go to the pull down. And now I can say I want all my rectangular defaults for this entire category. So I just hit all. That will populate the entire rectangular. You'll have to do that to the round and to the oval, and you'll have to do it to the specs. But once that is set up, it can be saved with your template. It also works in conjunctions with your routing preference. So you can see here in the lower left, this is my routing preference that it's going to work in conjunction with. So now if I go back into CAD, ECCAD, and I close this, I can come over here to my insert ribbon and I can go to my Revit. From this, I'm going to go ahead and select what I want to bring in the file. So I'm going to go to my demo folder on my desktop. And in that, you can see here's the video exhaust that we did in the previous video. I'm going to say I want to import that. So I bring that in and I'm going to go ahead and map that here to my duct preferences. And I'm going to tell it to go ahead and import that. So depending upon how large your file is, it can take a little while to import some larger files. You can see in the lower right-hand corner of my screen, there's an importing Revit systems status going on. So what this is doing, this is going ahead and assigning those manufacturer's defaults and the specifications to what was drawn inside of the Revit model. And once this is through, it's going to paint this duct system up onto the screen, and then we'll be able to make some changes to it if we choose to, break it down into its fabricatable sections, and send it to Fab Shop or extract the hanger points off of it, whatever we would have been able to do as if we'd have drawn this as a native ECCAD object. It's going through now and it's applying the detailing to the objects. So what this will do, this will automatically add any selected text that you had set up to be an auto tag, and so it'll place these on them as well. When this finishes, you'll see it paint back up on the screen here, and there's all that exhaust ductwork. So now I can come in here, and if there's been any errors, I can go to my Home tab, and I can go to the pull down under Load Catalog, and I can go look at the error log, and I have no errors because it would have the number of them here. But now I can come in here and say I want to break this duct down for fabrication. So to do this, I'm going to go back to my home ribbon. And when I go to my home ribbon, I'm going to go to my duct break command. Okay, so I've hit my duct break and it's telling me to select my objects. So I'm going to go ahead and just select all the duct in here and hit enter. And now it's going to go ahead and it's going to start running my duct break on here. And you can see, again, in the lower right-hand corner, I've got a status bar indicating that it's working on breaking my duct. That's done, and that duct is now broken into its fabricatable sections. So if I come back into my drawing now, we can come back in and we can zoom into some of these and take a look at this. So it's still going through there, and it's executing the detailing portion of this for a second. And we let it get finished. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this into a different view to look at it. Okay, so now you can see it's picked up over here. It's telling me that it's detailing the objects. And when that is done, we'll be able to go in here and look and see what we have. So now that's done, I'm going to go ahead and just say I want to put this into an isometric view by coming up here and clicking my view cube on the corner. And that's brought me in here, and now I have all my individual sections. But I can use the other commands in here to make some changes. Like here, maybe I want to put in some different fittings. Here I've got about 3 fittings here to make a little bit of an offset here. I'm going to go in here and say I want to delete those. So I just selected those fittings and then deleted. Now I can say I want to take this piece of duct and I want to go ahead and I want to hook it with this piece of duct. So I just highlight the 2 pieces, and now I can tell it up here that I want to come through there, and I want to do that with an OG offset, and I'll apply that. So now that's applied, and now we can come in here and we can go ahead and number the duct out, and it's ready to be picked off and sent to the cam station. And that's bringing the duct from Revit into the ECCAD.
We hope you enjoyed this video. See what's next in our product tips playlist, or visit mep.trimble.com for even more product resources.